Hello, I'm going to show you how to put a picture of a person in the center of a chart wheel in the Sirius 2.0 software. So here's the Sirius 2.0 with a chart of Albert Einstein, and his picture is in the middle of the wheel. How do we do that? That's what I will show you in this video. Well, the way we're going to do it is we're going to customize, as we always do, to customize a wheel. And things that you don't do commonly to every chart, like change which planets are in it, if you want to add Chiron or Sirius or change the aspect set, those are generally done in the page designer, which we get to from the customizing. So we're going to go into customize, select the page designer, and look for something called pictures or images or graphics, and we will see it and we'll add the picture, and we'll tell Sirius to put the picture in the center of the wheel. We'll tell it that we want it round, not rectangular as images usually are. We will tell Sirius that we want the image to be visible through the wheel. It's not a background image. So we do a few settings and we have it. It's that simple. And there's also a feature in Sirius, as we shall see, to help us find images. So if it's a famous person, you'll click on a button, it'll take you into a search for images, just as a convenience. Because this is something some people do a lot. Every time you do a famous person, if you have a newsletter, you may be wanting to put images in regularly. So we put a few features in the program to speed up the process. All right, let's do it. Let's add an image. Well, first of all, let's right-click. It's a fast way to get into the customizing. I could always go up here to select a wheel to display or customize, but I find it faster to just right-click, and we're in our customizing. Well, let's select a different wheel. How about if we select this one, same kind of wheel, but without the zodiac signs. It's just got the houses around the outside. And let's put the picture in here. Looks like it's a big circle. It'll be a nice big picture. How do we do it? Of course, we click on Customize because we want to customize this wheel. Now, I don't like these aspect lines in here. It kind of bugs me. It's actually going to be okay because we're going to place the image over this anyway. I like to remove it. It just looks messy to me. If you want to remove it, you can just uncheck aspect lines for Chiron, for the North Node, and for the planets. So things like aspect lines, what planets you want, whether you want asteroids, what aspects you want, a lot of these things are available right here because they're things most astrologers are likely to do fairly often. But we want to put a picture. We're now ready to put a picture in there, and we need to go to Page Designer, which is where we can do anything that's available. Everything that can be done to a wheel is in Page Designer. And is there a feature to add pictures? Of course there is, or I wouldn't be doing this video. And we find it here. These are all the things we can add. And here it is, images. We can add words, images, boxes, and there's our little add button. So it's just a matter of finding what it is you're looking for. And of course, in the help in the program, it would tell you this as well. So we click on Add. And now we have a nice little window here to add images. We can add, many images. We want to add just one image, and we want to place it in the center. Okay, so we can go to Browse and find the image on our hard drive if we have one for this person. But suppose I don't have one. I can go to the internet and find an image of Albert Einstein, and that's where this button comes in handy. Google search for famous person pic. It just saves you a little bit of trouble. Like I said, it's handy if you're doing this a lot. You've got the button right there. It takes you into the search for the name of the chart. The person's name is Albert Einstein. So it did a search for Albert Einstein, shows some images, and when I do this, I always click on more images for the person because I want to see what my choices are. And I see all these images. So we just click on one and select it. Let's select this one, just because it's got some color to it. I'm always concerned that it's really a picture of the person. It looks like this one's from Botanica.com, so it probably is. One thing that's really important is when you put your cursor on this, you see what the resolution is. This one is 334 by 450. As long as the image is a few hundred by a few hundred, you're good. If it's less than 100, like something that's 50 by 60, it's going to look blurry when you look at it in a larger size. If the picture is very high resolution, in the thousands, that'll work fine. Sometimes there's a slight delay as you customize things because it's a huge image. Other than that, it doesn't make any difference. This one, I just for fun do a color image here, and the resolution's fine. It's 334 by 450. So you click on it, opens it up with more information. The image is from Botanica.com, so I'm going to guess it really is Albert Einstein. And you can right-click on the image. Once you have it in this window here, you can right-click, save the image as, and I'm using Google Chrome. May work slightly differently with other browsers. And it's going to save on my Drive C and then my download folder. That's good. I could change that, of course, if I want to. And I like to give them names. I'm going to call it Einstein. I've saved several Einstein pictures here in preparing for this tutorial. I'm going to call this Einstein 5. At least I know it's Einstein. I would have to open up each one if I want to know what 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are. But at least I know it's Einstein, and I'll save it. Done! I have my image. Okay, well, you can't put an image in a wheel if you don't have an image. So we have an image of Einstein. Alright, now I just go back to my Sirius program, and I'm ready to add it. I've got the image on my hard drive. I've downloaded it from Google.com. So I'll click on Browse to find it. And remember I said I saved it on Drive C. And go down here to the Download folder. There it is. And there it is, Einstein 5. That's the one. Remember, that's the name I gave it. Click on OK. And there's my image. I have my image. Found it on Google, saved it, and put it in my wheel. Now I need to get it in the center of the wheel. Notice the wheel is covering the image, and I need to make the image round. I can do these in any order I want. Let's make it visible, because right now it's getting covered, and here's a checkbox for that. There's two different ones. This bottom one is the best one for this purpose. I click on it. Graphic is visible through the wheel, and white areas of graphic image are transparent. We'll see in a minute exactly what that does. But at least now I can see the whole image and it's not getting covered. Now let's make the image circular. Again, it doesn't matter what order I do these things in. I just want it to be visible through the wheel. I want it to be circular, and I want to put it in the center. Let's make it circular. So I click on Make Image Circular, and there it is. It's actually oval. That's okay. We will stretch it. But there it is. Alright, so now I just click OK. OK, select the circular version. Do I want to replace this rectangular with the circular? Yes, I don't want to just save it. I want to use that. And there it is. Now, as a convenience, we have a button to place the image in the center of the wheel. That way we don't have to drag it around and guess where the center is. Just click, and it's in the center. And now I just magnify. We just click on magnify, magnify, magnify. And this is going very slowly. So to speed up this process, there's a slider here that controls how fast things are happening. I'm going to slide it all the way to the right. That means when I click on magnify or stretch, it'll happen faster. Each click makes a bigger difference. Now let's stretch it vertically with this button. And you see what's happening. We're almost done. And we've just about got it. I'm going to move this to the left so that when I stretch vertically, It just does it a little bit. There, one more time. Looks about right, and maybe I'll magnify the whole thing at this point. And it's magnifying very, very subtle amount. Sometimes you can barely see it. Sometimes it doesn't seem to do anything. It's just magnifying very, very tiny amount so you can get it exactly the way you want it. In fact, I'm going to decrease it a little bit. That's fine. Looks good. So there's our image. We did it. We're all done. That's it. We put the image in there. Let's just click on done. Okay. 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 And there it is. There's our wheel with Einstein in the center. Now, let me show you one more thing. And then I'm going to review everything we did so that you... I've got some notes for you on what we did. I'm going to do a little bit of color change here. Let's right-click, go to Customize, and I don't have to go to Page Designer for this. I can also do it from here. I'm going to go to Other, and then Colors, Colors of Planets, Circles, etc. And I have some choices here. I'm thinking this blue doesn't seem to match the brown and gold of this. So I'm going to click on this tab, Colors of Lines, Houses, and Birth Data. And here's background of house cusps. You might notice it's a very pale blue. That's this blue here. So they're different colors. So I'm going beyond just putting the image in the wheel. I'm going to take this a little step further. And let's click on this color. And let's select a yellowish. Maybe a little more on a brownish. Now I've noticed that even though it looks light here, when you select it, it can look darker. So I'm going to select a very light. I just think this might go nicely with this. Well, let me do it a little darker. I've got an idea. Then I'll put a background in the same tone. There's a button in Windows to add it to our here. And now I'm going to also do the background of the whole page in the same color. I'm selecting that color and making a little lighter. Click OK. Now I'm going to click OK and see what I did. May or may not be great. Let's take a look at it. If it's not great, we'll come back and change the colors again. That's pretty cool. See the difference? I've added a pale yellowish tan color, a little bit darker here. I could also go in and change the colors of these house cusps from the blue, but you have the idea, of how this is done. So we'll just click on OK and OK, and I think that looks nice. I mean, I kind of like the blue. I like it. Nice, sharp contrast. So that, I think, is really nice looking. By adding a color to go with this, pulls it together. And I'm not the greatest artist in the world, and some of you are no doubt much better at these things than I am, but fairly quickly we've done it. We can also change the color in here, the inner wheel in that same section. Maybe make it the same as the outside. That would be nice. You have the idea. I don't want to sit around here all afternoon and playing around with colors. What I wanted to show you is how to add a picture to a chart wheel, and there we have it. It looks great. And let's look at our other one. This is a certain wheel style. And there's our other one. That was the first one I had originally. And now we've got another wheel style with another picture of Einstein that looks like that. Very, very cool. Lots of fun. Okay, so just to review, in case you want to do this on your own, and some people just like to have the instructions right in front of them. It's actually very intuitive. Just go to your Customize, find the thing that talks about images. But just to review it, for those of you who like to have step-by-step instructions, right-click on the wheel, select Customize, remove the aspect lines. It's probably not necessary, but I like to do it. Remove the aspect lines. Select Page Designer. Click on the Add button next to Images. Remember that? To add the image. click on the Google search for images and get your image and save it, and then you can now add that image. So you browse to find the file, you make the image circular, you put it in the center, you make it transparent, you resize as needed. Now later on, you now have, by the way, this wheel style permanently has Einstein's picture in it, and if we want to remove it, I'll show you this. Let's say this is my wheel, and I say, I love my wheel. I don't want Einstein's picture in all my clients' charts. I'll just show you how to remove that real quick. I'll right-click, go to Customize, go to Page Designer, and just uncheck the images. And ask me which image I want to remove in case I have more than one. I have only one. Click OK, and it's gone. So you can just go back there and remove the image. If you want to, and now I'm back to my normal wheel. That's it. That's how to add images in Sirius 2.0. We did add some little features. Some of the things I showed you have been slightly improved since we started shipping Sirius 2.0. So if you have Sirius 2.0 and you follow this and you don't see a certain checkbox or something, just get the, if you don't already have it, just get the update link. Click on that link to download the update, which adds all the newest features and improvements that we made. We're constantly adding little features and improvements to the program, even without giving it a new version number. Okay, that's it. That's how to add an image. Let's close this out with our beautiful image of Einstein. For somebody who has very little artistic talent, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, I hope that was helpful to you. Take care. God bless. Namaste.